Are humans good or bad? Or are we simply beings destined to live in an identity crisis forever? You've probably asked yourself this question during those nights when you did something you regretted or when you were overwhelmed with emotion, after a stranger stopped a bus to let you cross the street. You wonder about your sibling who, despite saying the most hurtful things, would take a bomb for you. Around us are droplets of good and bad. Some people largely identify as good, others boldly declare themselves as bad, and some remain indifferent. But all these labels, all these thoughts, come from the same humans who still have no clue. Isn't it strange that the supposedly most dominant creation on Earth doesn't know what they truly are, struggling with an identity crisis every day, overthinking their own actions, burdened by the uncertainty of critical thinking? You see, human beings are complex entities, driven by conflicting forces. The notion of inherent good or evil oversimplifies the intricate nature of humanity. Good and evil are simply labels assigned to actions, not inherent traits. However, human development suggests a nuanced story. Some harmful behaviors, like racism and xenophobia, are largely taught and conditioned. Observe children playing together. They don't care about skin color, nationality, gender, or religion. They pursue joy and connection. This points to humans being born with a natural inclination toward good, but conditioned to exhibit harmful behaviors. Yet, other undesirable traits like greed have evolutionary roots. In times of scarcity, prioritizing self-interest ensured survival. Today, this legacy persists. Many individuals, including some of the world's wealthiest, prioritize self-interest above all else, often at others' expense. Human nature's duality is evident. We're born with both selfless and selfish tendencies. Our environment and experiences shape which aspects dominate. All living beings prioritize self-preservation, often unconsciously. This selfishness can lead to negative consequences for society as individual interests clash. As people grow older, they often become more self-absorbed, losing sight of the impact their actions have on others. Their self-centeredness leans toward harmful behavior, not necessarily driven by malice, but by prioritizing personal interests. In reality, most people teeter on the edge of harmful behavior. To be truly good, one must constantly resist the natural instinct of self-preservation, making conscious choices to prioritize the well-being of others. However, humans are also capable of empathy, compassion, and altruism. The capacity for good and bad coexists, making human nature inherently dualistic. The struggle between selfishness and empathy is ongoing. Every decision, every action, shapes who we become. Yet, if we're going to answer the question, are we born good or bad? We first need to ask ourselves, am I good or bad? And like any good philosopher, we must also ask, why? Why do you think you are good? Why do you think you are bad? If you've come up with a definite answer, then you might be biased. The truth is, man is neither inherently good nor bad. Man is simply man, a product of society. Believe it or not, you are where you are today because of your surrounding circumstances. You weren't destined to be good or bad from birth. These things are flexible and unpredictable, but do you know what's predictable? A religious extremist believing they have all the answers to life, harming themselves over a sinful thought, unaware of the simple truth that there is no clear-cut good or bad. A pickpocket who spills his own meal just to stop a kid's runaway ball from getting smashed by a truck. Every human has the capacity to be a world of their own. Every person contains both good and bad, but no one is wholly one or the other. Some may scoff and argue there's one good and one evil, and that people are inherently more good or bad. But, as Socrates would say, no one does evil intentionally. People do bad things out of ignorance. Remember when you cursed at your parents, thinking they just didn't get you? You might have thought they hated you, but as you grew, you realized that though they were wrong at times, they did what they thought was best with the knowledge they had. They may have done wrong, but they did so with good intentions. Humans are neither good nor bad. Let's reason. Together, the sentimental parts of a human, mind, thoughts, conscience, are what guide behavior. These are the things we're born with, the very essence of what shapes our moral compass. But character? Character is shaped by society, principles, and discipline. You get to decide what you live by. So, what about character? At times, you might wonder whether some people are born good and others bad, but often, humans experience dilemmas, biting their tongues when they curse or make a sacrifice for someone. They experience surprise when they act outside their ideas of who they think they are. You see, some people cling to moral precepts like a lifeline, while others opt out entirely. But at the end of the day, those same people ask themselves the same question: am I good or bad? Over the years, humans have tried to create order with moral precepts. These rules shape strong individuals in both religion and society. To some, being good means following the law, but who creates the law? To others, it's about living according to their conscience. But even then, everyone has a conscience, and it's shaped by experiences. Ultimately, humans are neither born good nor bad. We are a complex mixture of both. Some do more good than others, but no one is exclusively good or bad. The line between the two is thin and blurry. We all have the capacity for both good and bad. Neither religion, society, nor science can fully explain or deny the human desire to act, whether those actions are considered good or bad. But who decides what is good or bad? Society? It's biased. Conscience? It's biased. Religion? It's biased. So, are humans born good or bad? The truth is, we are born with tendencies toward both. A split-second decision, and you could become the very person you despise. We see the potential for good and bad in all of us, whether in the innocence of a newborn, the vulnerability of a criminal, or the guilt of someone feeling shame for something they cannot control. Society labels them as bad, but if they don't think they're bad, are they? Ultimately, humans are everything, and nothing at all. We are a blend of contradictions, forever struggling to understand who we truly are. Accept it. We are capable of good, bad, and everything in between. Everything and nothing at all. What do you think you are? Did you gain knowledge from this video? Gain more raw truths about life and be one step ahead, always, by subscribing or refer to a next video.